We got a little update on the things that I've learned about the truck. I'm starting on the outside today because it's a little bit yucky out. So this is one of the cooler things that I've learned. I didn't even look at the key fob when I first bought this thing, but it has this sweet feature that you little double click and boom. Right there. Pretty cool. It's gonna come in handy. We're loading up the camper. We got hands full of stuff. Yeah, that is the biggest, coolest, newest thing we got on the outside. Update on the Falken tires after our trip up to the Adirondacks and a couple bouts of snow. They worked great. The only thing was just with an empty tail, with an empty bed, it did make them spin out a little bit. This truck's got a little pickup, so when I was driving through some icy, unplowed roads, I had a little bit of a fishtail thing going on when I was in two-wheel. But once I put it in four-wheel drive, literally drove into a snowbank. Wish I got video of it. Parked the snowbank, went for a hike, and just pulled right out of it like it was just regular dry ground. So these things are pretty sweet. The two-wheel drive with the truck with the light bed did not fare too well on the roads, so we had to put it into four-wheel. Still making moves on the next upgrades to put on the truck, and looking at maybe some lights here in the grill, upgrading the bumper, getting those side skirts or the rock rails put on. I already got the company ready to go. I figured out which ones I'm going to do. I'm just waiting to get the timing down for that. And yeah, camper comes soon. So one of the things that a bunch of the overland videos had suggested was some sort of safe. People are putting safes into their center consoles here, but with this one, with the tip-up seat, the bench seat, it comes with a lockable compartment for any goods you ever crossing borders. The don't want to store passports, anything, any cash, anything like that. The key is actually part of your key fob. Pop that out. And that is that. Be nice to have if we ever do any international traveling with the truck. Who knows? I'm going to continue my video of the updates that I've kind of just stumbled upon as we are using this. We've just crossed over the 2,500 mile marker. Basically, one of the cooler things that I found is the use of the settings. Some things that I found online, a couple different YouTube channels, ways you can set up all sorts of stuff. Rear seat reminder, that thing kept kicking on and off. That's basically just telling you to look in the back seat when you turn the car off. I know, the pups are back there. I don't need to be reminded, so I had to turn that off. We got the remote lock start stuff. The window was something cool. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but on your window you can, or on your key fob, you can use if you turn that on, you double click the unlock button, I believe, and from a distance all your windows will roll down. I think that's more useful in the summer maybe. The guy that was showing that was from the south, where he maybe works manual labor, where his truck's been sitting in the sun at a work site all day, and he just needs to air out the car before he starts firing up the AC. But it's a pretty cool thing. I wish it would go back up, would be the cool thing. Maybe it does. Maybe that, I think his video was from 2023. Maybe that's something they've updated. I have not actually tried it yet because the weather's been really yucky since I've watched that video. Remote left the vehicle was on. I turned that off. That was something I would like if the truck was running and I wanted to step out, do anything, grab anything, run in the store real quick while I wanted to keep the truck running. It would honk. It would be a little obnoxious. And a lot of times I'd do that. And at night when I'm just trying to be quick or subtle, or in the morning. So that was a must go type of thing. So I had to turn that off. Kept the remote in the vehicle alert. That's always good to know if you're jumping out and you think you have the remote, or you have your key fob and it's still actually in the truck. That's no good. So another thing, not as useful, but I didn't even see this little button here, and boop, it takes you right back to your home screen. Which sometimes when you jump in, for whatever reason, there's a screen up that I don't need. I didn't realize that was a quick little at home button. I know there's one right here too, but yeah, it's kind of nice just to have a manual, like a tactile thing instead of just the screen. Another one that I just saw, cameras. If you're pulling into a parking spot forward, I always like to just make sure I'm not tailgated too far over the line. So pop that on to make sure that when I'm pulling forward onto a parking spot, I'm not taking up too much space. Next we have the dash. If this would focus here. So the dash, you can change it to all sorts of things. Well, I don't want to make a phone call here. You can change the settings. Display layout. You can go through, can have a different look, and whoop, changes to what it will look like. Customizable. None of this is super functional, but it is nice to do whatever you want with your vehicle. It's kind of like the nice thing about technology is some of it's not 100% just for complete use. It's more like for funsies. You can literally customize every part. Once you pick the display that you want, you can change it by going through and using the little controllers here. And so we're gonna go right side. We want to see, this is what I had for a while, was the little truck there. I think I'm gonna switch to the compass. I got time on that side. That's good enough for me. Tire pressure, don't need that. Fuel economy. So we're gonna go compass. And then we go lower page. We go all sorts of stuff on there. We got temperatures and battery, and I'm sure I'll use the battery once we get the camper hooked up. Get that put on. Actually, I might just keep it just because don't want to have to worry about changing that later. As we don't want to worry about drawing power when we have things running in the back eventually. But and then we go to the left side. Same thing. You get kind of the same options on this side as you would on the other side. I will keep the time and the temp, and yeah, all sort. You can see you lost where you were, and you don't want it to be what it was, and you're like, you know what, I liked it better when we first got the truck. You can just boom, hit that reset default. Yeah, more cool stuff.